Alright, I guess that's it. Kind of expected something would happen when we stayed at the inn that would, like, progress the story in some way, but... I think we just leave. I think we just leave. Yeah, look at that. We can just leave now. Savanna Wilderness, I guess. New place. This is the Savanna. Y'all cross here to the south to go to the Brennan Mountains. Village Lane is up ahead. It's far away, but don't y'all worry. I can guide y'all right there. I'm sure you'll guide us. I'm sure you'll guide us. I'm sure I'll be guided through this area. This treacherous area. I'm gonna fight these big old chickens. Man, fuck these chickens. Man, fuck these flatbirds. I feel like I've got a grasp of the the battle system now. I feel like I understand it better now. Did that really only hit one of them? Oh my god. Oh no, it hit two of them. It hit two. No, actually, I don't think it did. Whatever. Doesn't matter. One of them's using egg smash, so we're targeting him. Don't you dare use egg smash, dude. The rest of them are just attacking. Easiest fight of my life, dude. Oh yeah, I started talking about how I was talking to my friend Schreiber the other day. He basically texted me saying he's getting his second vaccine this weekend, and he wants to try to finish Frogger at some point. So I don't know that we're gonna do it this weekend. I feel like it's probably not a good idea. Cause I don't know, if he gets it Saturday, he's probably gonna feel like shit most of the weekend anyways. So I don't know if we can do it next weekend either. You might want to do it during the week, because we used to just record it during the week anyways. So maybe like a Wednesday or a Thursday or whatever day it was that we did it. So that'll be cool. We'll probably finish Frogger and then find something else. I hope to... you know, keep doing stuff, find something else to play. I don't know. I don't really know what the future holds for that whole situation. We'll see. We'll see. You know, I might do some other stuff with other friends as well. It's just kind of why I kind of named the series so vaguely. I just called it With Friends. I asked him, like, when we started it, if he wanted to make it into a separate channel, or if, like, or, like, what he wanted to call it. I asked him for input on stuff. He didn't really have any complaints about anything, so I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'll call it With Friends, just because, like, the channel's under my name, and so it just makes... It makes sense to say my name With Friends, you know, and then, but I don't know if I'm actually ever gonna play with anybody else. So, I don't even know if I would mind if, like, that became the norm on most of the stuff we play on the we play on the channel. It's just a two-person recording. I don't know if I would mind it that much, because I mean, when I started the channel, the big inspiration for me to start a YouTube channel was Game Grumps. When did Game Grumps start? Like 2011 to 20, I think it was 2012. I don't remember. That first year of Game Grumps was like just my favorite thing on the internet. I think it still is, like, my favorite thing. I don't think there's anything else I've seen or watched that's, like, made me feel quite the same as that first year. Because it was just so... Like, I vibed with it so much, because it reminded me of, like, when I was a kid and I used to go over to my friends' houses and I would play. You know, we would just play whatever random shit we had lying around. I remember playing like Gauntlet on the GameCube once.
Pretty easy.
And it just reminded me of that, like, just chilling in your friend's basement, just not giving a shit and just playing a game and, like, having fun with your friend. That's what Game Grumps was to me. And I always kind of wanted I was always kind of inspired by that. I just thought it was really fun. I thought it was something I could maybe do in the future. It was just the fun of it that I was inspired by, you know. I thought it would be a really fun thing to do. And it was also, I think, Aaron had this, like, Aaron just owns a bunch of games. He's a collector of games, right? So like, that was always one of my dreams as well, was to just own a shit ton of games so that you could just pull something off the shelf and, like, play a game with somebody. Any random thing that I had lying around, you know. Anybody's like, oh, do you have that game? And I can be like, yes, I do. Thank you very much. So I do collect games. I've been collecting games. I'm still collecting games. I do find it difficult to get a really substantial collection. I need to move out so that I have a place to store all of my games that I have, but like, I need to get shelves and stuff. But yeah, I just always wanted that situation where they could be like, oh, you have this, let's play that, you know, and you just. I don't know how I got initiative on that. I was, like, fully expecting an ambush. Like, they'd be like, oh, we gotta play this, and then I'd just have it, you know? That's what Game Grumps was. I liked it a lot. I was a big fan. That was like my dream. Even since I was a kid, it wasn't from Aaron that I got this dream of owning a bunch of games. But it was just my own personal dream. Now
no problem.
The reality of it has kind of hit me that games don't have the long-lasting, like, physicality. Consoles are kind of not, like, my PS2, that specific generation, the PS2, Xbox, and the Dreamcast. What was the other one? What was Nintendo's? GameCube? GameCube's fine. It's just the other ones. It's the PS2 and the Xbox that are fucking garbage. That shit was not built to last. Like, those things are failing. I bought a refurbished one, still sucks ass. They're just not great consoles. And now it's like, it's feeling more and more like the preservations of games is going digital, so you just need to own things digitally. I mean, look at me. I'm playing a fucking PS1 game right now, digitally remastered in HD on my PC. Like, this is what games are gonna become. It's just this, you know. And now the physical collection, it makes it seem a lot less appealing. Because I feel like I would just prefer to play games in a different, like, when I was playing Castlevania 2 for that small moment of time. I hate how open this is. Like, I was playing it on the NES, and I was like, well, this kind of blows. This kind of sucks ass. Like, I feel like I'm gonna look for a better way to play this. And sure enough, there's the Castlevania HD collection on the Switch. And I pick it up right away, and I'm like, well, this is far better. This is just the best way to play this. Why record something on the NES when I could have this, like, nice-looking picture and everything looks much better? You know what I mean? It's like, the appeal of owning the original physical copy is, like, is just waning. I still like to have it, but I don't know why anymore. I think it's just for collecting purposes. It just doesn't seem like a very viable way to own games anymore.
Here goes.
And I'm bummed out by it, you know?
What a sin.
Cause I like that nostalgic appeal of just popping something into a cartridge rather than like loading it up. You know, this feels very weird to me. It doesn't really feel like I'm playing a PS1 game, you know? This feels like I'm playing a PC game. I don't know how else to describe this. I don't know. It's rough, but that's what I always wanted, and I feel like that dream was much more of a reasonable thing back then, back in like 2011, 2012, and now it's like, I can't even believe it, but it's a fucking decade later, and it still depresses me every day. I'm like, oh my god, it's been over 10 years since that.
This'll teach you.
Actually, no, it hasn't. It's been like almost 10 years. God damn, dude. Time just passes by, and things that were appealing at one point are no longer appealing, and it's sad.
Here goes.
There's still a lot of things that aren't you can't really get digitally. Like, there's a lot of games where the only available way to play it is through the original copy. And so for those, I mean, I'm gonna buy them anyways, no matter what, but you know, specifically, like, I bought a DS game. Here's the thing, I was browsing, alright, well, I'll just say it. I was browsing 4chan, like I do, rarely. I used to browse 4chan a lot more in college, but it just sucks. It's like, I respected it. I thought it was the idea of it was really appealing to me back in college, and then, you know, I actually, it took me like a couple years, and then by the end of it, because I started going to browsing 4chan like right before like Gamergate hit, and 4chan just, especially the V board, right, the video games board, it just went to complete shit once that happened. It was just on, I couldn't be on there anymore. It was just awful. It was a terrible experience. Like, you couldn't discuss shit without, you know, there being somebody pointing out, like, oh, well, this person worked on the game, so you can't like this, you know? And then the discussion would just, like, fucking tumble because a bunch of people would respond to these fucking idiots that are just trying to, you know, these just bait posts, and then it's just trying to get a rile up out of people, and the thread would just fucking get destroyed instantly. Because there were so many fucking idiots just browsing the site. I couldn't tell if people were just stupid and they just wanted to, like, keep replying to the bait posts that were just clearly trying to derail the thread, or if it's, like, other people bait posting or replying to themselves. It just became this, like, really shitty, fucking boring-ass place, and I just couldn't spend another fucking minute on it. So I fucking left, and I didn't come back for a while. But lately I've been off and on, you know, every now and again I'll go back and be like, well, is it better now? And it's not, but, you know, it's worse. It always just gets worse. It never gets better. When people say, well, it just never gets better. It's a fucking shit show of a place. And people say it's the troll bait pros that are the problem, but it's really the people that fucking reply to them constantly that are the problem. More than anything else. Like, just stop fucking engaging them. It's like people have forgotten the golden rule is that you don't fucking reply to troll posts. You don't give them the time of day, you ignore them so they get bored of trolling all the time. But people are just so fucking stupid now. What did I even just pick up? The move seed? Max SP? Who's got low SP? Oh gosh. It's Fina. Anyways, I don't know. I don't want to keep going on about the fucking state of 4chan. It's shit. It's probably always been shit. It's not really untrue when people say it. But I don't even remember why I brought it up. Oh god, I've completely forgotten why I brought it up in the first place. Sorry, I'm really trying to think of why. But like I said, my brain's messed up today, so I can't fucking focus on actually... Normally I'd be able to come up with it. God damn it. I can't come up with why. I don't remember.
Oh, power of ice.
What was I even talking about before that? I was talking about collecting games. Blah, 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 blah.
Not bad, eh?
Collecting classic games, blah, 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 blah. I can't do it because games don't last anymore. Spent a lot of time on that website. And it sucks now. I genuinely can't remember what the fuck. I'm gonna kick myself when I'm fucking editing this later on and be like, oh my god. That's gonna be so annoying for everybody that you didn't fucking finish that thought and you couldn't come up with it. I know, dude, I know. Justin, Lane is not in this here direction. To go to Lane, y'all go a little more south and cross the Bernan Plateau. If y'all don't intend to go the long way, it's better to go back a little and proceed south. Well, what's over here? Well, what's over here then? Now you've made me curious. Now you've made it so that I want to, explore. Oh, it's because I was on 4chan. Oh my god. I can't believe I remembered it. I was on 4chan at one point, and there were sometimes there's little gems of threads, you know, sometimes. And this one was like obscure DS games that are like pretty good. And so I found a couple. Like that was a topic that really interested me because there were a lot of DS games I remember playing. There's a lot of really good ones that kind of get lost in the blue. That's a little DS joke for you guys. That's a little DS joke. It's because there's a game called Lost in Blue. There's actually like 3 Lost in Blue games. I own one of them. I plan to play it because I remember reading about it and thinking it looked really cool. I have a lot of DS games in my backlog of like just shit like that I want to play. That I think will be fun. But one of the games I picked up was a game called Infinite Space. And that's a game that you can't get in any other format. You know, there's a lot of DS games you just can't get in any other format. It's just like you either get the original game or you get fucking nothing and you cry about it.
I'm gonna knock y'all down at once. Ha! Hurrah!
And Infinite Space is like an RPG on the DS that people were like this is really good. It was actually really expensive,
No
but I
problem.
managed to pick up a copy, so I have that. But that's like one of those things where it's like, well, I have to own the original, you know? I just have to. The DS is still doing fine. It's Nintendo's consoles that were built to last, dude. Except for the NES. Like, Nintendo's consoles are fucking baller, dude. Like, their shit just lasts forever. They just made their shit to be sturdy. Long-lasting. The Super Nintendo, I've never, in the entirety of my life, I've owned my Super Nintendo since I was, like, before I was born. I had a Super Nintendo. Do you understand? I had a Super Nintendo. My dad owned my Super Nintendo before I was born. He had it already. I think. Actually, maybe he bought it a little bit when I was a baby or something. Actually, I'm not sure. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait a minute. Is that even true? It had to have been really close to the time I was born.
Here goes!
And that thing still fucking works perfectly. You don't have to take things out. Like, I've never had a problem with any game on it. I've never had a problem with anything about it. It just functions. The NES, on the other hand, does not, but I have yet to find an NES that functions perfectly. But I think that's just how they were always. You know, they never really functioned very well. But every console after that just fucking works forever, dude. Now, I am a little worried about the Switch. I think the Switch is a bit of a flimsy console, but otherwise, you know, this shit is just bulky as fuck. Is she like poisoned or something, or is this? Oh, yeah, she's poisoned.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah, I'm definitely worried about game preservation in the future, moving forward. There's a lot of stuff that's just eventually going to be lost to time, and there's not much anyone can do about it. I'm worried about a lot of the PS2 games because they are quickly becoming unplayable. Xbox as well. It's just not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Should I go this way, or is this just a whole pointless extra trek I'm doing? It might be pointless, but we're gonna do it, I guess. These enemies aren't much harder than anything else we would normally face. Yeah, like, what are we gonna do? You know, what are we gonna do when... Like, you can see in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic how that game fucking chugs. Now, that game, it's lucky that it's available on PC, and likely I should have played it on PC because of the problems I'm having, but at the same time, my controller just died. At the same time, it's like, my controller's dead. Hold on. Okay. And at the same time, there's a lot of like games that are you know, only on these consoles that you would just have. This is the only way to play them. It's just with this weird slowdown. And eventually, like, sooner rather than later, I think they're just gonna be unplayable. And then it's like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? I don't know. I'm worried. I'm scared. I need to, I'm trying to buy a house. I'm gonna get a house soon, and I want a lot of shelf space. What I mostly want is, like, a cozy, like, little basement area. Like, I kind of want to do the Game Grumps thing, where I can just have people over, chill in the basement, and, like, maybe have, like, a mini fridge down there, do whatever, you know? Have all sorts of little cute little things down there. Maybe have a... Have I ever mentioned my... When I was a kid, there was my parents took me to this person's house. Like some coworker of theirs. They were invited to some party, right? And they took me to this house. And so we went up to this guy's garage. Basically, it was like a separated garage, but it had an upper floor, right? So, actually, I can cure this, can't I? Why don't I just do it?
Please protect us.
I know I have an antidote. I don't know why I didn't just bother to use the antidote. I need to get rid of it anyways. Imagine. Oh my god, she is the one with the antidote. Oh wow. What irony. Yeah. So we went up to the upper floor of this guy's apartment, like separated little garage area. And we go up there, and he's got basically like a home theater area with like windows behind this like projector screen. And then like a bunch of chairs set up like up there. Bunch of I can't remember exactly if they were like fold-out chairs or bar stools or whatever the fuck they were. I don't remember what the chairs were exactly. But he had that set in front of a projector screen, and they were watching like a football game. I think it was a projector screen. I can't remember. It might have been a TV. But then he had like a bar up there as well, and a. You're gonna give me an all seed, bro? You're just gonna give me an all seed, bro? For nothing? I'm just gonna give this to Milda? Yeah, the home theater, a little mini bar up there, and then he had a fucking vending machine. So, as a kid, I was fucking enthralled by this vending machine, dude. I was like, oh my god, that is the coolest thing, to have a fucking vending machine in your house. That just blew me away. I was like, you could just have one of those? You could just own one? And I was just like, all these like dreams, like all these visions going through my brain, you know, of like just clicking a button and it like gives me a soda, and I'm like, oh. I walk up and I grab a Coke, and I'm just vibing, playing my new video game on the big projector screen, just chilling with a Coke. I just press a button, get a Coke. And there's a mini bar, which appeals to me a little bit more in the modern day. It was just the coolest shit I've ever seen. It was like a little man cave that he had set up. And so it was like kind of my dream ever since then, to have like a little area like that.
All right, we won.
You know, like a little mini bar, like a nice little like home theater area. There's all kinds of stuff. Stupid, shitty stuff. And someday I will have it. You know, who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? My dream, that's my dream. And then I'm gonna have a basement. Actually, I don't know if a basement is the best. I think it's good for like the older consoles, but for the newer stuff, it's gonna probably be in my like living room upstairs, probably. Same way I have it set up now, but that's gonna be a problem for recording, actually, if I think about it, because right now that's actually a big issue. Because I have to run my microphone all the way from my PC out to the living room. So I luckily I have a really long cable, but it's not optimal, you know? It's the way that it is. So I'll have to figure that out. Honestly, I might have to just get a second PC. Or I guess I could record my mic from my laptop. I always feel like that's gonna change the performance, though. I guess there's no reason why I can't do that now, I guess, but I just don't.
Not bad, eh?
Why don't I do that? You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I can't think of a good reason why I'm not doing that. Except that my laptop's not, like, very resource intensive. It doesn't have a lot of shit. It's a gaming PC, but it's got low hard disk space. The RAM is okay. I don't actually know what the RAM is. It's kind of the big thing, isn't it? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Why are there so many fucking chickens? So many freaking chickens. Butter! Knock them out!
I'm gonna knock y'all down at once. Ha! Hurrah!
Yeah, we'll figure it out. One of the things I've definitely underappreciated in my life, before I bought this apartment was natural lighting. Undervalued it. This place is so shit for natural lighting. It's the bottom floor of an apartment building, and it's just light just doesn't come in very well. At least certain times during the day it's okay, but like I would really like a lot of like open windows and you know, stuff like that. Even like a windowed wall would kind of be nice to liven up the atmosphere, you know. Lighting is really my worst issue out here. I would like a second floor. I would like a loft area with a lot of nice lighting effects and stuff. You know? So that's cool. And then when I want to just be a fucking loser and play video games in my basement, I can just go do that. Yeah. And then we win. That's the plan.
Here goes!
Yeah, I feel maybe a little bad for Schreiber because when he comes over here, I just have this tiny room that I record like retro games in, and my PS2 happens to be hooked up to this because it's the best option. Like, we could hook it up to the big TV out there. It just wouldn't work. From my setup just wouldn't work, but the mics wouldn't run all the way out there. Like, not both of them. I have to, like, sit on the right side of the couch when I record out there. It's incredibly uncomfortable. I was doing it last time when I was recording Star Wars, and it was like, I was trying to get comfortable, and I actually couldn't. I was like, this really is, like, the worst. This really is just, like, not good at all. Like, a lot of the newer games I play tend to be out there. So Mario Maker and Smash Brothers, it's honestly part of the reason I feel like Smash Brothers, again, it's another thing I don't want to bring up again, but, you know, part of the reason I feel like I wasn't playing too well in Smash Brothers because I was in a really uncomfortable position, like, and I guess I've spoken on that before, but, you know. It was not optimal. Not optimal at all. Oh, not optimal at all. So, I mean, I'm glad he wants to come back and continue this series. I was wondering about it. I was like, I wonder if he'll even want to do that, or if it's just been like, it's been too long. No, who cares anymore? You know, he's moved on to bigger and better things. But apparently not. Apparently, I mean, he reached out to me and he's like, yeah, let's do it. Schreiber's great. I feel I feel like he's one of those friends that I have a good like dynamic with. In general.
All right, we won.
He's like I feel like we just understand each other's like style of humor, and like you know, when I say something in a certain tone or in a certain way, he understands what I mean. And some people don't. Some people like completely miss my joke, and then like he's the only one that gets it all. Like 100% of the time, he's always the one that's gonna get my joke, and I appreciate that. I do feel I was a little nervous though recording Frogger for the first time. You know, that it was a new thing to me. I wasn't sure what to do. I think I was having some anxiety issues as well at the time, but
Not bad, eh?
yeah, I was very nervous about that, and I do wish I had been a little bit more jubilant, a little bit more I feel like I made it a little bit awkward at times, and I want to avoid that. It's not it, just a little bit. I don't want to be too hard on myself, because now I'm gonna like think about that later and be like, you know, I was really ugly, but I don't really think it was that bad. I actually liked it. The first episode we came out, I was like, wow, that was actually like pretty decent, you know? I mean, since then, I've done a lot of like more social videos involving other people, you know? Like I've done the Among Us series, and like I've been on Trevor's stream like a few times, you know, knowing that I was on his stream. It's actually a lot easier when it's not like up to me how I'm portrayed. It's just I'm just being myself, and it just is what it is, you know?
Ta-da!
It's really comforting, actually. I wish I could vibe like that, like normally, but when I'm recording a series, I just have to speak constantly. I have to keep coming up with things to say, and I have to. I've been trying to be more energetic lately, but it just kind of means projecting my voice a lot more. It makes it easier that I'm wearing headphones, so I can't hear my own voice. It used to make it harder, but now I just talk loud and don't, you know, think about it too much. It's like, yeah, this is the proper volume at which I'm supposed to be speaking, and I do not sound loud at all. It sounds good. I still can't really do this with friends, though. I don't know why. It's like, well, I feel like I'm contradicting myself now, because I said I was more comfortable with friends, but being myself with friends, but not speaking loudly is the thing. So it's different, because like I can oh, there were two there? I didn't even notice there were two there. Cancelled. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Please protect us.
Yeah, every single time I get on with somebody else, I'm like, I like start talking like this. Hey guys.
All right, we won.
Oh hey, what's up? Oh yeah. I just can't do this, because this sounds like I'm yelling, but then it sounds good on the playback on the recording, so I'm like okay with it. But I'm like really self-conscious about how I sound to other people when I'm like talking to them through like Discord or whatever. Like if my voice sounds really loud, like I'm yelling at them, I'm like oh god, it's horrible. I don't know why. I can't do anything about it. I've tried, like, I haven't tried it that hard, let's be real. I guess I could try harder, but it just doesn't feel natural. It feels like I'm just going against my natural inclination, and it feels really weird. Like, if you watch my friend Trevor's stream, that's like my normal talking voice. That's like how I normally speak on Discord. So right now, I'm stressing my voice out quite differently. Okay, that leads to a whole different, like, area? Should I go that way? I mean, in my eyes, I'm like, well, I'm probably gonna have to go that way later. Is that an ambush? It might be. Fuck it, burn flare.
Here goes.
Yeah, I just can't do it. I don't know why. Wow, okay. Well, Fina's wasting her attack there. I did not think that was going to be nearly as powerful.
What a cinch.
Yeah, it feels more natural to me. It's also been an issue with the Among Us recordings because I do the same thing, you know. Where I'm like talking low, I'm like kind of mumbling a lot because I just don't want to, I don't want to be that loud and obnoxious. Because it's like my worst nightmare is like I speak too loud and I say something embarrassing and there's just like silence or somebody just says shut up, you know. Like that's just my worst nightmare is like somebody is just annoyed by the sound of my voice or anything like that, because it comes from my fucking middle school trauma, dude. Middle school fucking traumatized me, dude. I used to be a really like hyper energetic kid, and you know, I went to middle school and it was like a brand new experience for me, but I was a really short kid, so I didn't hit my growth spurt until like a lot later. So I was like I wasn't the shortest, I was the second shortest kid in the school. I was taller than this other kid, and I felt bad for him because he was kind of short for forever, actually. But I just didn't hit puberty until like well after everyone else, right? So it was the fucking worst. So I felt like I had a lot of friends in elementary school, that everybody kind of liked me, that I was really popular and really funny. I was like the class clown in elementary school. And then I got to middle school, and suddenly it was like my jokes were just not landing, and people were like reacting in a way to me that was just like I was embarrassing, you know, like my like I was kind of cringe. They were cringing at my fucking little kid jokes, you know, like an immature shit, my vying for attention. I was just trying to, like, you know, get back that I don't know what I was trying to do. I was trying to, because my perception was that people really liked me in elementary school, and then they just didn't in middle school. It was like I felt completely alone. That was the main issue, you know. And so I was really like grasping for straws, and there was a point at which, you know, because I was very self-aware and very observant, you know. So like I noticed that people were not reacting like I wanted them to. I noticed, and it fucking hurt. It fucking it was like the most embarrassing shit of like man, I remember I made a joke I think in the middle of class, teacher said something. I made some joke, and it was just silence. And like I made it out, like I said something out loud, like very clearly so everyone could hear me, and it was just silence. And I was just like, oh god. It was the fucking worst. And I feel like after that exact moment, I just stopped talking. I was just like, okay, the only way people are gonna like me is if I just don't say embarrassing shit all the time. Like if I don't act like that little kid who's still making, you know, whatever little kid jokes that you make. I don't remember what the joke even was. Rappler and Death Sword. I just remember that it was really embarrassing. And then at that point on, I kind of became this quiet kid. And I was really uncomfortable talking to people and like making myself known. I just kind of like to slink into the background, and it was trauma, dude. I was traumatized. That was just how I coped. I just became a completely different person. And now, I don't know, I still have parts of that like hyper energetic kid in me. But it's difficult to get that out a lot of the time. Like it doesn't feel all that natural. Like I'm still very timid. I still hold it back unless it feels comfortable, and then if it doesn't go well, I retreat back. Like it makes me really self-conscious is what it is. So I just can't, like, I pay attention to how people react to what I'm saying. And if like I'm not getting good reactions, like if I'm getting good reactions, then I feel better about it. I feel more confident. But if I don't, then I don't feel more confident. I just retreat back again. And I'm like, well, we'll just wait for that next moment we can make a joke and see how it lands. I don't know why I went into detail about all this, but yeah, that's basically how my Among Us recordings have been going. Oh man.
Not bad, eh?
My oh god, I watched this guy's Toast clip today of him being like, him basically saying that he was bored of Among Us, and I was like, oh no. This guy's Toast quits Among Us, that's like the end of it. I don't think it can recover from that. Why is there a cave here? Oh, it's so you can get a random move seed, I guess. Okay. This place is fucking weird. He said he was sick of Among Us, and I'm like, oh. That's gonna be like the nail in the coffin, dude. Is it agility? It's max SP, okay. Like, that dude's almost carrying Among Us kind of on his back, to be honest. You can't just quit, bro. You can't just quit. That's gonna be it for it. I don't know why I'm holding on to Among Us so hard, but it's just like, it's my social game, you know? It's that one game where I feel like I can meet new people and talk to people and have fun. It's my social game. I gotta cling to it, you know? I don't want to lose that. I don't know why. Like, sure, I could go out and meet people, but I'm not gonna. So, why even mention it, you know? I feel like it only works in real life if you're like I used to do that. Like my friend
What a cinch.
my friend from high school, he used to take me to parties, and that would be the whole thing, was I would just interact with random people, and I actually kind of liked it a little bit. Low-key, kind of liked it. Low-key. I'm just kind of lost here. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm just wandering. And I would have to interact with new people and different people, and like that was fun for me. But I haven't done that in so long. That this is my new thing for that, you know? This is my new thing for that. Because I don't get to do it anymore. Because, like, I'm still friends with him, but, okay, I remember now. I remember. He doesn't get invited to parties as much as he used to in high school. A lot of the people he hangs out with are not such upstanding people. Not such people that I would want to hang out with. It's not like getting invited to a high school party because you're like that quirky, eccentric guy. It's like he's just weird people that talk to him anymore. And me. Because I still think he's cool. He's my best friend, you know? You never lose that. But, it's just not like it was. I don't know. I don't know why I'm like kind of nostalgic for that high school circumstance, or even the after college kind of like people still like trying to get a bunch of friends, random people together. I don't know. I just miss those days, dude, where you'd go and you'd show up to a party. I was never invited to the parties. Like I said, I was a quiet kid in high school, so I was just never invited to the parties, you know? But he always was, and he always brought me with him, because we were like a duo, you know? He always felt uncomfortable. Like, he was socially awkward, too, you know? We were both kind of in the same situation, but he always coped with his socially awkwardness by just being as weird as humanly possible. Just being fucking weird as shit. So that people found him like really eccentric and strange, and like he was this like weird thing, this weird enigma they couldn't understand. Like, he was entertaining to people because he was just so out there. And me, I just kind of shelled up, and I just did the opposite thing, you know. Why? I don't want to go to Brainin. I don't want to go to Brainin. I can't honestly believe that it's actually letting me stray from the path this hard. Yeah, like we were opposites, so he always felt comfortable that I was there. And, you know, I always felt comfortable that he was there. Like, we could play off each other because we understood each other, you know? We understood each other's, like, humor and shit. And we were actually a pretty good, like, duo, you know? Like, one of my proudest, happiest moments, I guess, was a Halloween party where he basically came up with this whole thing. Where's the fucking way to go back? Like, he was gonna be this Russian man. Like, it was basically completely concocted out of just random clothes he had lying around. It was a Halloween party, right? So we had to dress up. And it was hosted by some... I don't even remember who it was. Some girl. He really liked the... Usually when he agreed to stuff like this, it was because there was some girl there that he wanted to talk to. Or impress. But I don't think it ever worked out for him. He always... How do I get the fuck out of here, dude? I'm so fucking lost. He always ended up with, like, some girl who he didn't really want to date, and he was always, like, complaining about it, and I'm like, you just break up with him, and he's like, I can't. And I never understood it. I'm still stuck here. Can I just go back to Zilpadon and then come back here? I might do that if this happens again. I'm just going in a circle, and I don't understand how to get back. Let's go this way, I guess. Fucking... Yeah, so he was gonna go as the Russian, basically, and he put on this accent, and he wore, like a fur suit and all this stuff. And then I had to find something to go as, like, last minute. And, we settled on... Hold on. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's, like, a... something over here. What the fuck is that? That bothers me. It bothers me intensely. I might have to come back here. This is, like, really confusing. So I basically went as the Russian's wife, I guess. And I put on, like, an accent. I was like, oh, no, please, no. Joke's kind of, a bit... It's a bit of an edgy joke that we were making, but, like, we were, like, a hit at that party. That was, like, one of my favorite things that we ever did. Like, everything just ends in a dead end. How the fuck do I get out of here? Where did I come from? How did I come here? I'm so confused, dude. Everything always leads back here. Are you kidding me? How do I always end up right there and nowhere else? I'm actually getting mad about this. I'm actually getting fucking upset. How the fuck did I not... That's the only way to go. No, no, no. Oh, there's two. Oh, there's two. Oh my god. No, I can't go up that one. There's only one. So that leads to Padon. Alright, alright. Oh my god, dude. Not Padon, but you know what I mean. Fuck. We're not going up there. We go over here. I'm sorry that I just spent like 20 minutes fucking roaming around this place because I can't find the way back. Stupid ass place. What is this music, dude? There's a thing here? Okay, this has gotta lead back. There's no way this doesn't lead back, dude. No fucking way this doesn't lead back, right? But yeah, I don't know that there's much more to that story than that. Yeah, okay, this is it. This is it. This is it. Oh my god. Fuck this stupid place, dude. Get me out of here. Shit. I don't even remember what my story was, but you know, That was the tall and short of it. Wait, did these all lead to Brennan Plateau? Excuse me. Wasn't this not supposed to do that? Wasn't this supposed to lead the lane? I thought the whole point of going that way was just to completely take me in a different direction, but these both lead to Brennan Plateau. Whatever. I don't fucking care, dude. Lane lies over the Brennan Mountains. Y'all are used to warm places, rap. This'll be a mite intense. What? Such mountain that this rap can't cross. If and y'all so tough, alright, well, let's go. Alright, now I suppose we continue with a whole new area. I'm sure this will be short and uneventful. If you guys want, I recommend checking out my previous Among Us video, the one I just released. I think it's one of the best ones so far, personally. I thought it was pretty funny, pretty entertaining. 2 good rounds of different recordings, and I was just overall really happy with it. I thought it was a really fun episode. I think,
Here goes.
you know, the problem is I'm trying to get through the recordings I have, which I have 3 different recordings. And so I have that first recording, which I recorded a month ago. So that first recording with Shriver and Foxbrim and Punder, that was recorded a month ago, and we're still going through the episodes at this point, just trying to get through it. The next recording I recorded with my friend Trevor and Punder, and that recording, I don't remember when that was, but it wasn't too long ago. But then the only other one is I have a third recording now, which is kind of the problem. So I recorded a modded session with my friend Trevor just because I wasn't planning on recording that night. And then we started playing modded, and I was like, well, maybe I should record this. Hold on, my audio looks like it's clipping a lot, but I'm not sure. I might turn it down. Hold on. Test, test, test. Alright, this should be good. Yeah, so I was wondering what to do with that. I was thinking, like, I could just wait to finish the first set of recordings before I start pulling the modded into it, and then I was like, well, I really want to upload some of those because I feel like they're gonna date themselves really quickly, and I don't want to like hold on to something for that long, depending on how long it's gonna take for me to get all that out. Okay. So I threw in at the end a clip from mod. Did I really? That really counted as ambush? Fuck you. Are we gonna cancel off? No.
Here goes.
So I threw in a clip, and I thought it was a really fun clip anyways. I skipped the first game from that recording because it was really dull. Like, I literally watched it, I'm like, I edited it, I'm like, well, this is just boring. The first episode, I was literally crewmate on modded, so I didn't have any role. And, like, nothing happened, so I was like, well, I'll just junk this one and use the next one, because the next one was really funny, I thought. Even though it's a complete joke of a game, like, the game was, like, 2 minutes long because I killed the imposter. I killed one of the imposters, and then the other imposter just kind of outed themselves by killing me, so it just immediately ended. It was so funny. it was a really interesting thing though, because I got the glitch roll. This was my first time playing modded, so I didn't know what all the rolls did, and I got the glitch roll, and I had no fucking clue what the hell I was supposed to do with that. Like, I could see that I could kill people, and I had a bunch of other options, and I was like, okay, well, like, what is my goal here? Because I'm clearly not an imposter. I'm something else. So I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And I just kind of screwed around, and I turned into Trevor because I didn't really mean to. I was like, what is this gonna do? And it was like, click here, and I was like, oh, I turned into him. And it was just funny. So I recommend, if you haven't watched that, there's some good moments from that. I think some of the more memorable Among Us. That was like a jam-packed episode with some of the more memorable things. That whole thing about in the second game where
Come back with reinforcement.
you know, the guy made a joke about, like, he saw me doing something weird with the mannequin. Kind of became like a recurring joke over the course of the night. So that was kind of like that was definitely one of the more memorable moments there. Really? My God, the ambush is stupid on this. Yeah, it was a really funny set of episodes. So I recommend, if you watch none of the other ones, that one's pretty good. Or if you've watched one of the other ones and weren't that impressed, I think that's one of the standout episodes for sure. Not sure how I'm gonna do Among Us moving forward. I do feel like I'm a little worried that the game has run its course and that people aren't that interested in it anymore. I still like it, and I haven't. I feel like I took too long to start doing these, but at the same time, like, that was the time at which it kind of became possible and like kind of encouraged for me to start recording it, because I didn't want to do it with our private games that we were playing if I felt really weird about doing that. But playing on the LFG, it felt a little less. I felt less weird about it because I feel like there's a lot of people that are recording, and I know Trevor streams it sometimes, so I don't feel weird about it anymore. So that was the time at which I could do it. Now, I feel like if I was uploading it more regularly, maybe it would be better, but it is one of those series that I am interspersing with Sporkle. Okay, that was weird. What's a crampon? That's a very unfortunate name. I don't think I'm gonna use it because I always favor the movement for walks. I much favor the movement. Why did it do that? That was really weird. Oh, I was gonna say, I can't tell. Sometimes the music, like, it's a very slight difference when it's between, like, ambushed and initiative. Yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried it's waning in popularity. I'm worried a lot of people are gonna stop playing it. I'm worried because a lot of the big creators have been saying that Among Us is dying. Like, interest in the videos are going down. So I don't know, like, if people are really gonna, you know, start watching my videos that I'm putting out now, or if it's just kind of a little too late on that. It probably is, but I'm still gonna put them up because I like them. I think they're fun, and it's a very different type of content from the rest of the stuff I do. I feel like it offers a good other thing. If you're not interested in the rest of the stuff I do, well, hey, go ahead and watch Among Us. Part of the point. Those series are supposed to be a little bit more mass appeal. That third slot. I've said it many times, and I do mean it.
What a cinch.
Not that I'm forcing myself to play anything I don't want to. It's actually quite the opposite. It's more of a variety slot for me to play something that's a little more different. It's not story-based, so that's kind of what we're doing there. So it's fun. It's fun for me. It's a nice break for me to do something different. So I have no idea what the next thing I'm gonna do for that is, but I do have quite a lot of Among Us backlogged and quite a lot of Sporkle still left to put out, and I think I'm probably gonna use all of the Sporkle recording because I think it's really good. I'm really happy with it. So yeah. That's that. Ow. Shut up.
Blaze brightly, oh flame.
Yeah, like I said, my friend Shriver wants to record some stuff. I can't remember if I actually talked about this at all, but
Pretty easy.
I'm not sure how I'm gonna handle that series because I don't know where to fit it into my time slot, and because the way I was doing it before was that it was the only series I was running at the time. Because I was kind of in between, like, deciding what I wanted to do, and I wasn't really recording much of anything at the time. I was kind of just not really feeling very confident, not really wanting to continue, and now I've come back to it, and I'm doing quite a lot now. So I kind of have my schedule, and I'm really happy with how the schedule is, except for how long some of these videos have to be, which is always throwing me off. Like, this video is supposed to come up today, but it's gonna, well, today for me, but tomorrow it'll come up the day it's up, which will be today when you watch it, assuming you watch it the day I upload it, but it'll be tomorrow probably, which is when I'm also probably gonna upload an episode of Star Wars, given I have enough footage to do that, which I might have to record some more Star Wars. But we're trying to figure it out. I don't know when we'll record more of that or how I'm gonna upload it. I'm sure he'll give me absolutely nothing and be like, oh, I don't care. Just upload it however you want. And I'll be like, okay, well. The reason I would ask is because I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get input. Shriver's one of those guys who will just not give you any input. He'll just be like, oh, just do whatever you want, you know, I don't mind. I'm like, well, that's very nice of you, but at the same time, I also want to know. I guarantee you that's what he's gonna say if I ask him. Like how I should do it. He did give me a little bit of input when I was uploading it on how long the episode should be. So that was something that really helped. Hello? Are you guys gonna attack me or something? Are you guys glitched? You guys bugged? You guys glitched? I think we bugged these guys. Oh, there we go. That's not an ambush. It's not. It's nothing.
Oh, wind, twist like a tornado.
So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And any feedback anybody else wants to give me as well is appreciated. You know, I'd like to know what people want to see more of. Like, that definitely helps me try to figure out what I'm doing. Because I don't usually know, I don't get much feedback usually, so it's just, I just upload whatever I want to do at any given time, and I don't know if it's good or not. Like, if
Not bad, eh?
people are like, wow, I don't want to watch this. Please stop uploading this. I'd be like, oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I uploaded that and you didn't like it. Like, I'm genuinely not even being ironic. I do want to know, because nobody gives me anything, and that's part of my issue, is I really want to know. So yeah, please let me know. Oh man, I've been actually watching a decent amount of shows recently. I'm gonna use Dragon Cup, fuck it. I finished 2 shows and I watched 2 movies. So I feel like I have quite a lot to talk about.
What a cinch.
So I guess I'll talk about the shows first. So I finished Falcon and the Winter Soldier the other day. Finally watched the last episode. I feel like it was mostly okay, but I kind of agree. I feel like I've heard a lot of people talking about this, and I kind of agree that the end of the show was kind of disappointing for all the build-up that the show had, because the show started. It kind of exceeded my expectations quite a bit. I was like kind of excited about what they were doing, because they were bringing in a lot of the MCU characters, a lot of stuff people I didn't expect to see, and I was really surprised by how like integrated with the film series this was, because it was definitely the issue with a lot of the other Marvel shows was that they weren't, none of the characters, some of the characters from the movies would appear in. It only happened once, actually, that I remember, other than, if you count Coulson's appearance in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I guess. That would, I suppose, count. But other than that, the only one I remember seeing was they put Lady Sif in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. She appeared. I didn't see some of the later seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, well, Nick Fury was in it as well. A few times. He wasn't in it very much, but he was in it a little bit. So that one was probably the most integrated. Agent Carter, of course, used Peggy Carter. And some other people like Tony Stark's dad, Anthony, what was his name? Roger Stark? No. Something Stark. His father, right? Who I believe played his father in one of the movies at some point. I don't remember. But, yeah, those were the only ones that were, like, fairly integrated in with the MCU. And that was kind of the big appeal, I felt like. The big cool thing about the TV shows was the expectation that they would tie into the movies better, and then they never did. Like, they were creating this big multimedia empire, and then it just didn't... That just didn't happen. The shows just kind of kept to themselves. And they were spread across a whole bunch of different streaming services. But now with them putting everything under the Disney Plus label, it seems like they can finally do that and use the movie characters and integrate it in with the movies and all of this. And Falcon and the Winter Soldier definitely does that. It brings back, I don't want to spoil it too much for people who haven't seen it, but it brings back a lot of characters and a lot of the uses a lot of the larger lore from the movies, and that was really cool to bring back and see all these characters and be like, oh, they could just use this character now. Like, that's cool. I don't know. And so it had a lot of potential early on, and then, like, I feel like it needed to be a little longer for sure, because it didn't... Shit, I forgot who I think it was Fina, but I forgot. Yeah, I'm gonna giving it to Fina. God damn it. I'm sorry. Usually I can handle this very well. Okay. Yeah, I thought that... Ooh, boy, it's cold. I thought it needed to be longer, but I really thought it was cool, the characters they were bringing back and utilizing finally. And WandaVision didn't do that so much. I felt like it was kind of, it stood on its own. It kind of did its own thing. But this definitely did more with the larger universe that they had, and that was really cool.
Here goes.
But yeah, I mean, it wraps up like very suddenly. It feels like it just like it wraps up the plot, and you expect, like, there's all this build up and these characters and stuff happens, and then it's like, oh, actually there's only 2 episodes left, and it's like, oh, and then they're just like, here this happens,
Not bad, eh?
and it was just like kind of disappointing. And they did do the thing with the Falcon that I kind of hoped they wouldn't so much, which is kind of lean a little bit more into the idea of, like, I feel like it's just kind of weak when they do this, cause like, I'm trying to figure out a way to put this, like, delicately, where they obviously think that the way to do this is, like, lean into the fact that he's trying to be Captain America, but he's African American, and that's like a point of contention, right? Like, that's conflict, because there's some reason that's people won't like this. You know, and they use that as a plot point, and I don't like that so much, because it seems so, it just kind of seems forced to me, like it comes out of nowhere. Like, at no point in the movies does anybody care. I wouldn't really expect anybody to really care that much, and it just feels like this is the thing they're focusing on with this character, is the fact it is just his race in relation to him being Captain America, when I feel like there's so much more that they could do with it. It just seems like such a cop-out way to do that, when you could explore other things instead of, like, focusing and saying, this is a conflict, this is a conflict, this is something that is going to be a conflict, when there's no evidence of it really even being a conflict. Even in the show, it's just not, it's just spoken. They're like, people won't like this, and then it, like, there's never anybody in the show that has any issue with it whatsoever. It's just like, I don't know, I'm sure some people, like, I don't know, that sounds like, it feels like to me, like, talking about that is one of those things. It's like, I gotta put this really delicately the way I want to talk about this, because I'm